There are over 8 billion humans alive on Earth today. 8 billion completely unique individuals with entirely different lives, backgrounds, and futures. Yet, for every single one of us, one massive, absolutely crucial thing was decided completely before birth. I mean, before you could think, before you could breathe, before you were even fully formed in the womb, the biological code of your sex was totally locked in.
So what actually decided your sex before you took your first breath? You know, it's human nature to romanticize our beginnings. We often want to believe that who we are was written in the stars or determined by some grand sweeping stroke of fate. But the reality is actually much more fascinating. If you listen to the subtle rhythm of biology, you'll realize this wasn't fate at all. It was a microscopic split-second event, snap. Just like that. An event smaller than a single grain of sand that took way less than a second to execute, yet it literally defined the biological foundation of your entire life.
The magic number behind that split-second event is 46. Inside almost every single cell in your body right now, you have exactly 46 chromosomes, neatly organized into 23 pairs. They hold all the data that makes you, well, you. But here is the really wild part. Out of all of those 46 chromosomes, only one single pair holds the secret blueprint for whether you develop as male or female. Just one pair carries the entire weight of that biological decision.
Act 1. The foundation of you.
Okay, let's dive into this foundation. Your genetic makeup is cleanly divided. On one side, we have 22 pairs of chromosomes known as autosomes. Think of these as the general contractors of your body. They are identical in both males and females, and their everyday job is to build your basic traits. We're talking your height, your eye color, your blood type, the whole shebang. But then, isolated from the rest of the crew is that one remaining pair, the sex chromosomes. Unlike the autosomes, their sole, monumental function is to determine your sex. They are the ultimate biological decision makers.
Act 2. Female versus male chromosomes.
Now, what's really interesting here is the contrast. The female genetic code is the XX combination. It's a perfectly symmetrical, matching pair of chromosomes with this beautiful biological harmony. But the male genetic code, the XY, it's mismatched. You've got one X chromosome, but sitting right next to it is a noticeably smaller Y chromosome. But hey, do not let its small size fool you. Because embedded right there on that tiny Y chromosome is something of immense importance. It's called the SRY gene. Think of it as the ultimate biological master switch. Even though the Y chromosome is smaller overall and carries way fewer genes than the X, it holds this specific powerful code. If the SRY gene is present, it literally triggers male development in the womb. Click, it flips the switch. If it's not there, the biological default just continues as female.
Act 3. The gametes and probability. It all begins with spermatogenesis. That's the scientific term for the process of sperm formation in males. During this biological event, that mismatched XY chromosome pair literally cracks apart. The pair completely separates. The male's body divides them up, packaging the X chromosome into one set of sperm cells and the Y chromosome into an entirely separate set. And that incredible cellular division leaves us with pure, unyielding mathematical probability. It is an exact 50-50 split. Tick, tock. When a male produces sperm, precisely 50% of them carry the X chromosome, and the other 50% carry the Y chromosome. It is a perfect, continuous coin flip of biology happening millions and millions of times over. But the biological reality for females is entirely different. Every single egg carries an X chromosome. Period. No exceptions. Because a female's genetic code is XX, that perfectly matching pair we just talked about, when she undergoes oogenesis, or egg formation, there's no mismatched letter to split. The egg will always contain the exact same sex chromosome, an X. So, the crucial point is how these entirely different roles in gamete production are defined by two key scientific terms. Females are homogametic. The prefix homo means same. They produce only one identical type of gamete, the X. Males, on the other hand, are heterogametic. Hetero, meaning different, they produce two distinctly different types of gametes, the X and the Y. This contrast, right here, this is the mechanical engine of human sex determination.
Act 4. The climax of fertilization.
Imagine millions of microscopic sperm cells in a desperate, high-speed race. Whoosh! Let's break down the math of this finish line step by step. Step 1. The mother provides the egg, which, as we know, always carries an X. Step 2. The father provides the sperm, which will either be carrying an X or a Y. Step 3 is the finish line. If an X-carrying sperm reaches the egg first and fertilizes it, the combination is X plus X, resulting in a girl. But if a Y-carrying sperm wins that race, the combination is X plus Y, resulting in a boy. Boom. That single microscopic collision based purely on probability is the exact moment the decision is made.
And because of these mechanics, we arrive at an ultimate biological truth. The father's sperm determines the sex of the child. Since the mother's egg brings an X to the table every single time, 100% of the deciding factor rests entirely on which of the father's two types of sperm successfully fertilizes the egg.
Act 5. Science-changing history.
For centuries, women were blamed, and in many cultures punished, for not producing male heirs. Think about that for a second. For hundreds of years, operating in total ignorance of cellular biology, kings divorced queens, entire bloodlines were disrupted, and countless families shamed mothers. Women bore heavy historical, cultural, and sometimes fatal burdens for a biological outcome they literally had zero genetic control over.
It is the father's sperm, not the mother, that determines sex. And this brilliantly illustrates the power of education. When we finally peered into the microscope and understood the XY mechanism, science didn't just give us a fun trivia fact, it corrected a profound historical injustice. Education and scientific discovery have this incredible, uplifting power to wipe away centuries of ignorance and replace it with empowering truth.
Okay, let's lock all of this in really quick. We have 23 pairs of chromosomes total, 22 autosomes, and 1 sex pair. Females are perfectly matched, XX. Males are mismatched, XY. Because of that, sperm is a 50-50 probability of X or Y. Eggs are always 100% X. X plus X equals a girl, X plus Y equals a boy. And finally, it is the father whose gametes determine the sex of the child. That is the complete, flawless mechanism of human sex determination.
Science doesn't just explain life. It is life. The tiny microscopic codes, the 50-50 splits, the master switches. This isn't just dry information in a textbook. It is the literal, active machinery that built you, me, and all 8 billion of us. If this explainer helped you understand the code inside your own cells, do me a huge favor. Hit subscribe and share this with someone who needs to learn it today. Keep asking questions, keep pursuing the truth, and I'll see you in the next explainer.